Okay, hello everyone. So today, first of all, I want to share with you about my PDF file. Let's have a look at it first.
Oh, there we go.
Okay,
Working.
what is that? It's a PDF file about my goal this year. We do have a goal, right? It's my biggest goals that I want to achieve after this year. Goals is extremely important. It's like a guide, a thing to navigate what you are going to do next. Can I have you what's your goal, Mimi? This year, honestly.
Honestly, I want to be a good student this year.
Okay. Ken, what's your goal this year?
Yes, C++ for my work.
Okay, see, we all have goals because goals are extremely important. Yeah, but I as I see that most of your goals are related to academic achievements, right? Because yeah, that's true and that's reasonable because we all seem to we all seem that we want to be a better student every year academically. But for me, my goal this year is to have a productive learning habit. Let me zoom it out. Too much. Okay. Why this is my biggest goals? Because for me, I don't think that achieving prizes or having a good score is a challenge for me. I don't think that winning any competitions is a huge challenge, but winning myself is probably something that I want to do and want to achieve after this year, the 10th grade. Productive learning habit. What is that? So there are two general goals that I want to achieve in order to have a productive learning habit, which are focusing 100% on the work when studying and make use of free time effectively. Why free time here? Why is that relevant to learning habit? Because not just learning, if we can manage our free time effectively, we can also learn from that. But those goals are too general and not smart yet, right? So let me make it more specific and understandable. Okay, so what actually is having an effective learning habit? To study more productively, I have to put 100% attention on my work, on what I am studying. It means that there is no distraction from any other sources, including social media, sleepiness, or even my thirst. Every small thing counts, and no distractions are allowed. When studying, I have to study continuously for 1 hour or 1.5 hours before any break. It is not allowed that I study for 15 minutes and feel tired and take a rest. It is unacceptable for my plan. And I have to stick to one thing, study one subject or one topic at a time, and stick 100% on my plan, and do not allow my mood to affect my studying progress. I want to ask you guys one question before I continue. Tim, what did you study last night? I mean, how much time you spent on your studying, home study last night? How much time? How many hours?
3 hours.
From good time to good time?
7 to 10.
So I want to ask that, is that really truly that you spend 3 hours on just studying, or you spend that 3 hours for something else? Do you do any, social media things or distractions?
Yes, I do.
What's that? How many minutes you spend for social media while studying?
I would say 5.
Just 5 minutes? Are you sure? How much time you spend messaging last night and sending links and messages while you're studying? Be honest.
1 hour.
1 hour? See, that's a distraction, and that's something that I do not allow in my plan, in my studying, productive studying habit. I have to isolate all possible distractions and focus 100% my attention on what I'm studying. So how to spend free time effectively? Well, I can spend maximum 1 hour a day on the normal day, the school days, and maximum 3 hours a day on holidays or weekends to enjoy myself, to have free time. And 50% of it, 50% of the leisure time must be spent on healthy and useful activities, including, watching endless movies, my favorite genre related to political, economic, or other topics, but they are English, and this helped me improve my English skill while relaxing. And other helpful activities include playing sports, playing music, music instruments, and many others. So I can both relax and study at the same time. That's called effective free time spending. So let's move on to some of my plans, some of my strategy to achieve what I have just said. Firstly, I have to start immediately. There is no procrastination, no delay, no excuse. My goal is special. Although it's not academic, because it's not academic goal, it's not something that I can improve myself a little bit by the time. I can immediately do it. It's not hard to do, but it's just hard to persist. It's hard to stay persistent and stick to my plan. So I have to start immediately. No reason to delay. Secondly, decrease the cheat day by the time. Firstly, what is cheat day? So I allow one cheat day after 7 days in the first 2 months. It means that every seven days I can allow myself to not implementing this habit. I can play more, study less focus, but just 1 day after 7 days in the first 2 months. So from the beginning of January the next year, the cheat day will be just allowed after 15 days. And from May, the cheat day is allowed in 1 month. So the time is increased, and my focus will last longer. Finally, the final plan for it, I have to be well prepared. What does that mean by saying well prepared? I have to write a plan, a detailed to-do list every day on what I'm going to do the next day. For example, I will list out what subject I will review at night, at week time, what to do, something like that, and prepare all the necessity, all the materials that are necessary for my study, so that I don't have excuses, don't have reasons to stop the attention. For example, I have to well prepare the pencil case, the book, the internet, everything, so that I can 100% focus on what I'm studying. So firstly, see, a big distraction, right? A few amount of time has been wasted. But it's not a problem. The problem is that our attention has been cut down. Our focus has been cut down just because of my thirst. That's what I need to prepare, a cup of water when studying. That seems normal, but it's very, very important, and it's work for me. Isolate all distraction, obviously. Social media, games, or rubbing, and that's toy on the table can be a distraction when I study. So no distraction are available in my study area. And that's it for everything that I need to prepare to achieve my plan. I think that, let me objectively criticize my goal and determine whether it's smart or not. Firstly, SMART stands for what? Can anyone tell me? SMART goal? SMART goal.
Specific.
Yeah, specific. Firstly, specific. It's specific, right? I have all the detailed plans and description about what I'm going to do. M stands for what?
Measurable.
Measurable. I have detailed hours, detailed timeline, that I will achieve my goal. A stands for what?
Attainable or achievable.
Yeah, those goals I said is achievable because it's
Big easy.
it's not an academic goal. It's easy to implement. It's just hard to persist. What is art stand for? It's SMART goal.
Related on this.
It's extremely relevant. Why? Achieving a academic goal is good, but this is the fundamental, the basic that we need to implement. What I'm trying to say here that we have to have a good learning habits first. So from that, we can easily achieve any academic goals that we want. Finally, what is T stand for? You guys see all the timeline are available here in my habit. And as I said, I will do it now. That's the timeline. So I personally think that this goal is smart, and I will do it without procrastination. Thank you for listening.